Alright, y'all. So we're gonna try some stuff out. I might need to stop recording and start recording. We'll see how it goes. I made some recording settings because I'm trying to get the quality as high as possible. If I need to stop the recording and stuff like that, hopefully I don't lose too much. It did say that it was overloading there for a little bit, but it's not anymore. So if this episode's kind of messed up, I'll be sure to go back and like watch over it and I'll fix it up. But before we get too deep into this, as always, this is not a public repository. So if you guys are interested in accessing it, there is a video in the description down below. I'm trying to go ahead and announce that at the beginning of every episode because I'm starting to get some questions about it. Also, I haven't been live for a while, so I've been trying to catch myself up with the project and everything. Last time we worked on this over a week ago, we were working on getting posts working. I was following more people, but my database refreshed and everything, so I don't have all the people. But I kind of want to just go ahead and try to get these posts kind of set up. We have a bunch of like stuff we have to do for the hovers on these, and we need to start maybe thinking about how we're going to deal with quote tweets and all of that stuff. So that will be interesting. That'll be some Java work. We'll see if we get to that today, or we just kind of work on getting the post working. But let's go ahead and hop into the code and just get working on this, and we'll kind of see where the day takes us. So as I mentioned, let me go ahead and fix this up a little bit, and I'm going to try to keep my eye on the encoding. So right now our post just looks like this. So we need to add verified. So this is something else we need to do. So maybe we do get to this today. We'll see. Right now, let's go and just see what our post looks like. Did we bring in the post CSS? I do not see a post CSS in here. So let's go ahead and also bring in the /post.css. Also, I wanted to go ahead and say that I was planning a Spring Boot with Spring Security video, but I got pulled into some stuff with like NeoVim and stuff. And I think I'm actually making a NeoVim video next and then delaying the video for the Spring Boot. I'm actually developing a NVim or NeoVim configuration, but a plugin right now for Spring Boot. I want to play around with it and stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and probably make a video about that as well. But anyway, let's go to our post.css. Let's go ahead and bring in post. So here width is just going to be 100%. And then the height will have a height on it. I think height is actually like fit content. So we're just going to go ahead and say fit content on this. Like so. And then, so there's a post left and post right. So we're going to need a display flex. This is the thing that kind of stinks about not working on this for a while. Display flex, and we can go ahead and justify content evenly, I suppose, or actually let's just say flex start. Align items will also be flex start. I think we want flex start on both these. We'll see how it looks. I think there's gonna be borders on the top and bottom, so like border, and yeah, so these are like thicker and stuff. So border top will be like 1px solid, and this will be light gray. So let's just go ahead and hop into our app.tsx and grab the light gray color. I believe it's light gray, we'll see. And then we'll also do a border on the bottom. So border bottom 1px solid, and then this will be the same color. Paste it. So now let's just see what it looks like. It's not going to be crazy because obviously it's not styled. You can see we have the left side, the right side, all is good. So now let's go ahead and do the profile picture. So the profile picture is 40 by 40. Actually, I guess we'll just do post left first. So come back in here, do this, and then this will just be width. I don't really know how big to do this. Let's try 10% and see what it looks like. Height will just be 100%. And we might want to display flex on this. Display flex just to be safe, or say flex direction is column. So it goes up and down. We'll justify content start. If I get typed, I cannot type today. Flex start and align items. This one might be center, but I'm going to go ahead and say flex start as well. And then we also want a padding on this. I think it's about the same. So let's just go ahead and say like padding 16px, and we'll see how bad it looks. Now we'll go ahead and grab the profile picture. So this doesn't have a class name on it. So let's go ahead and give it a class name. Class name equal to post-pfp, or does it have a class name? No, it doesn't. Okay, so post profile picture. So this one will have a width of 40px. and we'll see if it fits, and we'll just kind of bump it up. Height is 40 px, so border radius will be 100%. Border will be none, so border none. And then we want object fit will be cover. And now this should kind of start looking a little bit better, but we probably need to resize stuff. So I think we need a little bit more space than that. So let's give it like 20% and just see what it looks like. Okay, so that's obviously too much. It might honestly be like 12. So let's try 12. I think we'll go 12. So now we can go ahead and start doing this stuff. Also, I just realized there's like a dot in the middle for some reason. I'm not sure what the deal with that is. So it's between the username and the posted date. Div class name. Oh, it is overloading. Is it because it's playing a video? Okay, so I'm gonna have to turn down the quality just a little bit, unfortunately. Post dash dot dash section. Hopefully this is gonna be usable. What to see? P class name equal to post dots. And then we'll just have a dot. And the reason why I'm doing this is so we can center this. Kind of silly, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and say post right. Go ahead and grab our post right here. Now we can have width is equal to 88%. And height will be 100% again. We'll have a padding, padding of 16 px once again, just to kind of match up with the rest of that. And then we'll have display of flex. And I believe this one is just going to be flex direction column, and we might not have even needed this, but we'll justify content flex start, and I think that would be it for now. We might want like a column gap or a row gap, right, of like 8px or 4px or something. So I don't know what this is going to look like, but I think that's probably good. So let's take a look. It's a little bit scuffed just because we need to set up the rest of this, and it looks like it's stacking. Did I only do 8px on the other padding? So let's do top right or right top, post right top. So here width will be 100%. Height will just be fit content, I suppose. Justify content, and we can go ahead and say flex start again. Flex start is probably default, and I probably don't need to do it this way, but it is what it is. And then we'll align items in the center this time. I think that's probably fine, although we might actually want to do space between on this, because it looks like there's like a dot 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 on the right side that we might need some space around. But now we should start seeing. So we have this guy and this guy. I feel like there's extra padding in this or something we're going to look at. But now we need to like basically line this up in a line, and it'll kind of be fine. Now we can do our user info, and let's go ahead and come in here and do the user info. User info. So width, let's say let the width is like 90% of our space. Height will be fit content, and display will be flex again, so it kind of goes around each other. Here we're just going to go and justify content flex start, and we'll align items in the center. So now if we take a look, you can see now it's all in a line. We can see there's like a weird spacing there. So like if I get rid of this padding, I wonder why there's no padding on this guy. Let's just add padding 0 here just to make sure there's no padding, and margin 0. But apparently it's getting padding from left or something. I'm not sure what's going on, but that's basically what they want to look like. It should maybe be a little bit closer. So I might want to bring this back down to 10 where we had it at originally. Next, we have the user info setup. So now we need to actually do the different user stuff. Post nickname. So let's go ahead and grab post nickname. So this is going to be dead simple. I'm just going to say post nickname. I'm going to get margin and padding down to 0. Margin 0. Adding 0. And then font size should probably be like 15 or something. Yep, font size 15. And then font weight is pretty thick. I'm going to try 600 just see how it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it up to 18. So that's fine. So now we are going to need space, and we need an @ symbol on this guy. So we have this here. So We'll need an at right here, an at sign if I could type properly, and then we'll say post username. So this one is just a little bit thinner and it might be a slightly different color. So that might be something we want to change as well. So dot this, and here margin once again be 0, padding will be 0. And I think that we want a font weight or font size of 15 px on this one as well. Looks about the same. But this time the font weight will be more like 400. It's pretty thin. And then we're going to go ahead and say color. And let's go ahead and grab like the dark gray color or something from app.tsx instead of regular black, because it's a little bit different color. And yeah, I don't think it's like italicized or anything. So go ahead and do that. In user info, I'm going to go ahead and put a column gap in this of like, let's try 8px and just see what it looks like. I'm not sure. Again, I'm just guessing, not eyeballing it. But I think that'll probably do. Okay, next we have this dot. So for the dot, we're going to grab this guy, which is kind of silly that we're doing it like this. So let's copy this, do this, and then height will be fit content and width will be fit content. But we're going to have display flex and align items in the center, justify content in the center, maybe. So it should try to center it up and down, left and right. And then we need the actual dot itself. So let's grab the post dot. So post dot. And then we'll go ahead and say height is just fit content and width is just fit content. Has a weird padding on it though. So let's go ahead and say padding 0 and margin 0. So maybe we say height like 5px and width 5px and see what happens. 5px, and then here height will be 100%. Let's just do this really quick and do the posted at and see if it fixes it. Dot posted at, height is fit content, width is fit content, and then we'll go ahead and say margin 0 and padding 0. Maybe there's some monkey stuff going on with this. No, that just brought it up. So why is this? So like, it's weird to me because it says it's up here. Maybe it's not thick enough. So maybe we go like 10 by 10. I'm gonna have to go into material UI icons. I'm gonna have to get like a dot icon. I'm gonna try this circle and see what happens. So let's copy this. It's really stupid that I'm gonna have to do it like this, but what can you do? And then I guess I don't need this stuff anymore because I can just go ahead and display flex it in the center. So let's try to do this first. Let's go ahead and get rid of this and get rid of this and see if I can do it this way. It might not like it, we'll see. And whoops, let's import it up here. So I got my icon, copy this icon, and we'll say circle icon sx equal to, it's pretty small. Let's say height equal to, I think it's like this, but I'm not sure. Height is equal to 10 and width is equal to 10 maybe. We might need to put px in this. Again, it's been a while since I developed. This is what happens when life hits you, and then we need to close it. So does this center it? It does center, but it's way too massive. Let's try like 2 by 2. And we also want color. Oops. Color will be the same color, the dark gray. And we also need to update the posted date to be thinner as well. We don't actually need a dot section. Did we never actually do the posted date, or did I delete the posted date like a dum-dum? I did. Okay, let's get rid of these two. And then here, once again, we'll have font size. Font size will be 15px. And yeah, I think it's probably the same size. Font weight is also pretty thin, 400. And color will be dark gray. So let's grab this, paste that, save that. We should have everything set up for that part. So if we come back in here, that seems a little bit thick, even at 400. And this guy might be a little bit small now. So let's say like 4 by 4. I think that probably looks fine. I think it's not perfectly centered, but now you can see that I think we want the padding back in it now, because I think now that's a little bit scuffed. So post right, yeah, so say padding 16px, let's add that back. So let's just say padding top 16px. There we go. Cool. I like that. It might even be not that quite that high, but I think that looks pretty good. So post more. So let's go ahead and come in here. So post more dot post more. So let's just say like width is 20px and height is 20px. We're gonna have a border radius of 100% and border of none, maybe. And we'll go ahead and put a cursor pointer on it. So we'll need a post dash more hover. And here, let's have a background color for now. And let's go ahead and grab our trusty hex to RGB. We'll go ahead and grab the A. And then let's maybe say like 0.2. And we also, I guess, need display flex on this. And we'll justify content in the center and align items in the center. So let's go ahead and say like 50 by 50 maybe. I think it might be like 35 by 35. I just need to resize the dot dot dot. Because I mean, realistically, there's no way it's bigger than our profile picture or close to our profile picture. Our profile picture is 40 by 40. I think we can live with that. Then we just need to make the dot 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 a little bit smaller. Let's just go ahead and update our dot 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 to be even smaller. So SX equal to, and we'll go ahead and say height is going to be, let's try 20px, and this might not be small enough. So we're just going to try it and then see what happens. 20 by 20. We need to bump down to 15, whatever we can. Honestly, I think we can live with that. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know why this looks so thick. Oh wait, we didn't set the font weight. I swore we set the font weight on this. Oh, we set the font family on accident. I was going to say, it seemed really thick. 400. There we go. Looks a lot better. So this needs to be reformatted. We'll need an on-click on this eventually. Not going to happen right now. Now, this text, we're going to have to do something similar to the emoji, I guess. But it should be simpler because of the fact that we don't have to highlight over anything. Let's just go ahead and do the post content really quick. Dot post content. We'll say height is fit content, I believe. And width, it's just going to be like 100% of the space that we have here. Maybe we do like word break or word wrap, and we'll go ahead and, or is it word break? Word break. And I think it's going to keep all. We want to get rid of all margin and padding. Margin 0, padding 0. And what else do we want? We want font size is going to be 15px. And font weight is just going to be, this one looks a little bit thicker. So this one I think we'll keep at 600. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to make this a div, because I think we're going to inject a p tag in here. That should be fine. If we go ahead and take a look at this, that is a little bit thick. Maybe the black 400 just makes it look thicker. So let's go ahead and say 400. And it looks like we need a padding on the left of like 16. So let's go ahead and say padding 0. We'll also say padding left is 16px, but it also didn't look like it was lined up with Rick, right? So if we come back in the code and get rid of that padding, I think it seemed like, yeah, it's not lined up with this. So this is top right. So this should just be flex start. Oh, we don't want center, we want flex start on this as well. Okay, and then we need to fix this guy. What we could do is this. So we can go ahead and say, wherever we have our padding top at, padding top 16, we can padding top like 8 instead on post right. And we can keep this as flex start. So flex start. And that should shift it over to the left a little bit, but it should kind of bring the center up. So it should look a little bit close to like Twitter. So yeah, so that might even be too much. We might still want like 10, and that should still be able to allow us to center this where we want in the middle here. But we can go ahead and make this guy larger. So user info can be like 95 maybe. We might be able to give it that to just push it over a little bit. Yeah, still not smushed. So this might just be about as good as it gets for this part, because we could put the height of post right top to like 25px. but I think it's gonna smash. So I think I remember doing a row gap. Let's get rid of this row gap. There we go. I like that better. Okay, I think I like that. Now I just need to do this part, and there is a little bit of spacing underneath this, like a good like 8 pixels or something, so we can definitely add some row gap to the bottom, or we can just add some, I guess, padding to the top or margin to the bottom. So our post content, we'll just put a margin on the bottom of like 8px or something and save that. So now we have to do the action bar. So let's grab the post action bar. Dot post action bar. So this one will just go, although there's 2 sections to this, I'm sure I was smart enough to do this with 100%. I will just fit content again. This one's not gonna be that big of a deal. And we want to justify content. See, I think we want it spaced between, but I don't know how this is gonna work. And then align items in the center. We also want to make sure we actually go ahead and display flex this. Display flex. This should clean up a lot of stuff. Yep, so this is still kind of scuffed. Now what we need to do is we'll group those together. The fun part's going to be that each of these actually needs a value. I don't know if it starts at 0. And I can actually look on my profile because I have some with 0. No, it just says nothing. Trying to think here what I want to do about this. I guess I think I already have, yeah, number of replies. And I think this is exactly what we'll do. Except we'll probably wrap this again. So I'll have like a div class name equal to post action bar reply group. And do this, and we'll copy and paste this, and then we'll have one more group here, and this will be interesting to say the least, so that'll be interesting. Div class name equal to post action bar repost group, and then we'll go ahead and do this, clean this up a little bit. Honestly, post action group can just be its own thing because this will basically just be like fit. So we can go ahead and just actually copy and paste this over and over again. It's just the other wrapper that's going to have special stuff on it because it's going to have special coloring and everything. So I'll go ahead and do this one here. Try not to scuff this. I'm sure I'm gonna scuff it. And then we'll do one more here. Although this one's different. Action bar right is different. That's fine. We're going to grab action bar right now, just so we can kind of group these together. It might not be the logical thing to do, but it's fine. So width, actually it's like 75 pixels, and height will just be fit content. And the display will be flex. And let's see, the justify content will be, this one just be center, doesn't really matter. And align items can be in the center. I think that should kind of group those two. And that might be a little bit close. We might need to do like 100. Just to space them out a little bit. Maybe it's because of the center. Maybe we space between. So let's go 50. Okay, I can live with that. That looks pretty good. I like that. So now basically each one of these had to have their own like hover effect, and they each have their own color and stuff, which is not very fun. So I think that the sizing of this is fine, although I guess we're gonna have to do, so here, this post action bar group, I'm just gonna set it up to be like fit content for now. So width is fit content, height is fit content, and we'll say that position is relative. I think that'll do it for this. Now I'm just gonna go through here. So post action bar reply wrapper. I'm assuming this is like 30 by 30. And honestly, we just need a hover on this. So we will need a width of like 30 px, and this might be too big. Height of 30 px. Whoops. 30 px, and a border radius of 100%. border of none. Need a background color of something and a color of something. Although I can see the background color change 29, 151, 240. So RGBA 29, 151. So 29, 151, I think, or 155. Let me double check. 155. And then the last one was 240. And then the last one after that was 0.1. Okay, so we got that one. And I kind of want to go through and find all the RGBs for these. Well, I think I'm just going to start trying to grab, I guess, look at a green color. So I'm going to look at like RGBA green. Let's see if we can find some colors. Here, let's try this color. So here's the next color that we'll try. I don't know why there's a 1 there. I guess that's the opacity. And then there's like a red. Let's look at red. Red is like this color maybe. We're not gonna be able to get the perfect right color, so that stinks, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna copy this color for the red. And then let's see what else Twitter uses. So it uses red, and then it just goes to blue again. So color, let's say RGBA. Sucks that I couldn't get the proper colors for the rest of these, but I guess it is what it is. And that was a bunch of waste of time, but oh well. So we hover over. It's not centered. Yeah, this has to be probably display flex as well. And justify content. Whoops. Justify content in the center. And align items in the center. That should do it, I'd hope. It moves it though. Maybe we do need to have this post action bar reply all the time. It's gonna be a lot of code that I have to duplicate, unfortunately. Let's try to take all this maybe and paste it in here. We can also throw cursor pointer on there. Let's see. Yeah, okay, now it's staying. And size wise, it might be slightly bigger than that. I'm gonna go 32 by 32. This does not seem like a rich enough color, but it is what it is. It might be the dark, like it might be the fact that it's dark mode maybe. We bumped up to 0.2. The thing is whenever we hover over this one, we also need to set this up. What we could do is we can put an ID on it. ID equal to, we could say reply. We can say on, maybe on mouse over. And we can say let's make a function for now. And what we could do, I guess we can set up an object that kind of has the colors set up in them, and then we'll set the color to this. All right, so let's bring in useState. And what we'll go ahead and do is we're going to make an interface. And we're going to go ahead and call this hover color interface, or hover colors or something. Let's do this. Reply will be a string. We have repost, which is a string. We're going to have like, which is a string. And then we will have views, which is a string. And then a bookmark, which is a string. And I'm sorry about that. And then share, I guess, which is a string. And then what we can go ahead and do is we'll have a state. So we'll just go ahead and say const colors and set colors, because I'm bad at naming, equal to useState of type hover colors. And this will start out, I want to do this. So this guy will just start out as reply, and let's grab the default color. So it's just going to be this gray color here. I don't know why that color is slightly different, but whatever. So reply will be this color, and they're all going to be this color. So fix this. They all start out as this color, and we'll update them That's what we want. And then next we want repost will be this. And then like will be this. Views will be this. And then bookmark will be this. And then finally share will be that. And it should get rid of the error. I guess we'll also need on a mouse leave as well, which is kind of annoying. On mouse leave. And we'll have to do something similar where we reset the value. But we can take the ID and we can basically set this up. So say const update hover colors react.mouse events, and this will be on HTML div elements, not dialog, div elements. Okay, and then here we can say const id is equal to e dot current target, I think is what I have to use dot id, and hopefully this will work. And we can probably switch on the ID, maybe switch on the ID, and then we'll have case, and the first case will be reply. And if this is the case, we'll say set colors to dot dot dot, and then colors, and then we'll go ahead and say reply will be equal to, and we can grab the color from our CSS. So now it'll be RGBA this point, except it won't be 0.2, it'll just be RGBA or RGB. So we can get rid of that, and we can get rid of this, clean this up a little bit. So we can set that color, and then we can go ahead and break. And then we'll go ahead and say const reset colors equal to, and this will be whenever we mouse leave. So then we'll go ahead and say to set colors, and I'm just going to copy and paste this. Honestly, we're just going to set the colors back to this and do this. There we go. So we'll just set the colors to that whenever we reset. And now what we'll do is on mouse enter or on mouse over. We'll go ahead and I forgot what we called it. So update hover colors, and then this one will be reset colors. So then whenever we leave out of it, it'll reset it. Now here we'll go ahead and say colors dot reply. Is it gonna work? I don't know. Let's see. So it does work. It still doesn't seem bright enough blue, but it could still be the fact that a different monitor, you know, different colors, whatever. So that's good to go. Now I just have to do it a bunch of other times. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy all of these. Well, actually, let's copy this and then go into our wrappers. So here, this would be repost. And here we'll say colors.reply, or actually colors.repost. Copy this one, go into the like, paste this one will be like, then this will be colors.like. Next one, this one will be views. We could have done this slightly differently as well, but it's fine. This will be like.views, whoops, not like, colors.views. We'll have bookmark, so bookmark wrapper, ID, whoops, and bookmark. This will be colors.bookmark. And then finally, we'll go ahead and have, whoops. I have two bookmark. This one should be share. I forgot to fix that. Share, and then ID and everything. This will be share, and this will be colors.share if I could type. Okay, so the good news is that we can say case for views. We can set the colors to the same exact thing. So this will just be views. I don't know why it's not working. Views. And then we can have a case for this one is for bookmark, which is the same. So bookmark. And then also share is the same. And then finally share is also the same. So we can just copy paste the same exact thing. I think you can do ors in this. I don't 100% know. So this one will be share. This one could have been a default, but whatever. Share and break. Okay, so case. Next one will be repost. Repost is like the green color. So we'll set colors, maybe, and dot colors, and this one will be repost. And let's grab the color from here. So this one is 000, so RGB. Okay, will be that RGB color, and then finally we will have, our like, which is a red color. Now, did I get the right colors? Probably not. I wasted too much time looking for the colors, so I just gave up basically. So like, I didn't get the break statement apparently. And then this RGB is here. So let's copy this one. Although I think I did the wrong way. No, I didn't. I don't think. We'll see in a second, I guess. Green. I think that's actually pretty darn close. I mean, it might not be perfect. Blue. So now we have to do the hover effects, which is no fun. So let's go ahead and start working on the hover effects. So we already did reply. So let's go ahead and do repost. Again, this is going to be a lot of copy pasting. So this is where you might argue to use like Tailwind or whatever. It's going to be the same thing as this. Paste that. And then we'll have our dot and then post action bar repost wrapper and hover. And we'll basically do the same thing here, except we'll have this color. Let's paste this color in and we'll say dot 2 just because I like it a little bit darker. We could probably reuse this post action bar reply. We could probably say post action bar blue here and blue, and we could probably reuse it. So after repost is just like, so I'm just going to copy this, and now this will be like wrapper and this will be like hover, and we'll grab the color of the RGB and we'll say 0.2, and then I'm going to change the blue. So let's copy this post action bar blue wrapper, and for reply we'll put this blue one, and then for views we'll put blue, for this one we'll put blue, and for this one we'll put blue. And we'll see if we need to space stuff apart more and whatever. So blue, green, that isn't that bad. Red didn't work. That one's fine. This one needs more space. It's the like wrapper that's not working, right? So let's just double check our like wrapper. Oh, it's because I did the wrong thing. There we go. Boom, boom. Those look good. And then we need to space these out better. So we have them at 32 pixels right now. So that'd be 64. So let's go back to 70 just to give us some space in the middle. That might be a little bit far apart. I think they're basically touching, so we might be able to go like 66, like so. And there we go. So now we need some spacing underneath. So to do that, so let's go to the post action bar. Let's say like padding bottom 16 as well. It might only be 8, but we'll see what it looks like. 16 px. Yeah, that's way too much. Let's go 8. I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. I feel like, yeah, I think I can live with this. It looks pretty dang good. Now, of course, when you get all of these working, now I want to go back to fixing this. And the reason why this doesn't work is because whenever I set up the layout page, I believe, actually it might be the app.tsx. When I set up app.tsx, we're using feed But inside of feed, if we go to feed, we don't actually have any of those drop downs because all of the drop downs are still in home, I believe. So if we go into home now, so these are still all here. So I want to fix this bug. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to bring it back in the feed. We already have a use dispatch, so we don't need use dispatch. We're just going to go ahead and grab all these. And this should fix a lot of stuff. And now what we can do is come in here. Do we want to unfeed though, or do we actually, I think this was the thing that we were debating. We need to import all of these. So let's go and import these. So I think this is what we were debating. Is it going to look okay inside the feed, or do I need to update and put home back in? So this was done a long time ago. I don't remember when the stream was, but it was a while back that I did this. Now the question is, if I click on this, so that's fine. I click on GIFs, that's fine. If I click on poll, that works fine. I click on emojis. Okay, emojis just completely crashes. Okay. Scheduling tweet still works. So something with emoji dropdown is scuffed. So let's just take a look at what is wrong with emoji dropdown, I guess. Emoji dropdown TSX. What if I say and, whoops, and recent emojis? Why was this not an issue earlier? It's my question. There we go. Okay, so now this is still an issue. So part of me wants to actually make this relative to this drop-down box. So we might need to take this and I want to put it into feed post creator, I think. So let's go into feed post creator and let's see here. I don't know where feed post creator is. Maybe it's inside feed. So I want to put this at the bottom. I think I want to put it under the submit cluster. We need to bring in display emojis, so that should be easy enough. This is a mess. We should clean this up, huh? Const display emojis equal to use selector state root state, and this will be state dot, and then it's gonna be modal dot, and then display emojis. And now this should be fine down here. Let's just put it inside the feed post creator. So let's just put it all the way down here. Now here's my worry. Let's just see what happens. So if I go into feed post creator CSS and go into feed post creator, what happens if I say position relative? Nothing. Perfect. Okay, that's what we want to see. Now we need to be able to close out the emojis whenever we click out of this, but that's fine. Now what we want to see is if we go into the emoji drop down CSS, and if we put z index is fine. So let's say 0, 0. And let's just see where this puts this. So I think this is going to put it in the top left of our content box. Yeah, that's exactly where it puts it. So we know the height of this, right? We can get the left and right. So like, I think at least for the CSS, so left, we can do like, let's try like 32 pixels or something. We can at least get this, the left and right. We want top 100%. Honestly, that might be where we put it. Now we do need to go back into home really quick and steal the close all basically. So let's go back into home and I'm going to grab this. And this is not a great way to do this, although this might need to be on the either the outlet page. This might need to be in like layout page even. So I'm actually going to take this into layout page. I'm going to do this. So paste this and then let's go ahead and let's grab const, copy this. Whoops, maybe we'll copy this. Const display emojis equal to use selector. State root state state dot modal dot display emojis, and I spelled selector wrong, and then we need to import this. And then if we click anywhere on the layout page on click, hopefully we set this up to be able to work. Click anywhere on here, go like this, be like okay. Yeah, we did. Okay, cool. Click off. Ooh. Those don't count as characters. Interesting bug. Okay. Now we can say what's poppin'. Brand new. Go into emojis. And And this is scuffed. I think I know how to fix it. Maybe I don't know. But what should we do for our whip? Excuse you? Okay, that's not good. We have a bug. I kind of want to rewrite this anyway. IDK. Why that's broken. We will have to debug. I wanted to refactor. Anyway. And now my thing's scuffed again. So interesting. If we post, it doesn't automatically go up there because we don't have that set up. Although it should be set up. So that's another issue. Okay, interesting. But now we got this. This needs set up. And yeah, we're kind of a mess right now. But I think that's all we're going to do for the day. I know we haven't done that much, but we did get our post styled. We have a lot of work and a lot of just like random debugging and other stuff to do that we probably want to focus on this weekend, maybe just to get more stuff done. Obviously, eventually we want these to be clickable and all of that, but I want to figure out what's going on with my emojis. That's an issue. I'd also really like to get, if we come into our feed or actually our post, I want to get verified done and orgs done. So that's something I really want to do. So these two, we're going to set up. I don't know how we're going to do the org thing because it's, well, I guess what we could do is we could upload the image and yeah, that'll be fine. But yeah, and then we can work on like updating this part. We can get rid of this now because we know it works. The other thing works. So I think I want to focus on this and this in the next stream. And then maybe we can start thinking about doing replies and all of that stuff. Basically get all the basic post stuff done. And then what we'll have to do is we'll have to come through here and inside the post content, just images, just stuff like that. But then that's going to do it for this episode and live stream. If you guys did enjoy, please sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate everyone that made it to this point. I know these are really long episodes. So if you bared with me this entire time, then more power to you. But yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by, liking, commenting, subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Have a great one, everyone.